Hello and welcome. This is my unboxing and first look at the Vigilus Defiant book by Games Workshop. It just came out. It's in this package right here. It will cost you £30, which is quite a lot of money for like a campaign book, but nonetheless, let's unbox it and have a look. Got to be careful because I've got a few other things in this big box. You don't normally get a big box like this just for the campaign book. I want to say a huge thank you to all of you subscribers and viewers that keep watching the videos every single day, and a big thank you to all of the Patreons. I do have a Patreon. You can go and support that, support the channel, and it means that there'll be more and more content and more giveaways. I give away a model every single month to anywhere in the world, and you can be a Patreon and support the channel for as little as $1 a month. So let's unbox this. So right here we've got, Harken World Claimer, Herald of the Apocalypse. We've got Marnius Calgar, Ultramarines Chapter Master. We'll unbox them in a separate videos. And then we've got the books. So we have got the first book, Titan Death, by Guy Haley. Lovely book, lovely thick book. This book will set you back 442 pages, so quite a thick one. Lovely cover art. I'm getting into my Titans because of the Nemesis Warbringer, so I thought I'd be reading a book at the same time. So I'll do like a separate video on that one. And then we should have two more books in here. Here they are. We have Vigilus Defiant, which is why you've come to today's video. And also Chapter Approved 2018 edition, which we're looking forward to having a look at the Sisters of Battle Beta Codex, or Adeptus Sororitas. So what we'll do, first of all, move these out of the way, and we'll just look at this Vigilus Defiant, see whether it actually is worth £30. This isn't the first one. It does say #1, look. There'll be other books, whether they'll be £30 as well, who knows. But I think coming off of the back of Fall of Cadia, that was quite a success, and they've decided to sort of do it again a little bit. But yeah, this is how big Vigilus is for them and for the Imperium, by creating this whole new campaign. So it's a hardback book. Inside you'll find Beleaguered Bastion, Planet of Vigilus, new missions, quite thick, 200 pages there, so less than the Space Marine Codex. It's got this lovely artwork, new artwork with obviously Marnius Calgar and Primaris Space Marines, so you can see a lot of detail has gone into this. I'll just move the camera down a little bit just to give you a better view. So straight away we've got a map. And it says War of Beasts. Contents, a new kind of battleground, Vigilus, War on all fronts, at boiling point, the waters of Vigilus, chronology of the Dark Age, Great Rift yawns wide. So this is Vigilus itself. The Speedwar, Rise of the Pauper Princes, Hidden Agendas, Selfish Soul, so a lot of content in here. Scar in the Night Sky, Doom from Within, Battle for the Seeping Delta, so yeah, a lot of content. Defense of Mega Borealis, Counterattacks Begin, Sickness in Dontoria, something about Galapox infection, Summon the Angels of Death. I love the scenery there with the sewerage and the water treatment and things. Calgar's Journey, So it goes into detail with Space Marines. Tendrils Run Deep, New Pollution, Blood Vendetta. So you've got a little bit of Tooth and Claw and Wake the Dead in here. And a bit more about the Gallipot. So this is covering a lot that's happened in, you know, quite a few months with all the battle forces and miniatures they've brought out. This just covers the whole of that release schedule. You even got Castellan Knights and things in here. Look, you've got some more Knights and Stompers. So a lovely, lovely book. Lots and lots of content there. Lots of backstory. Really sets the scene. Rise of Chaos, so Harken Worldclaimer. Then you got some war zones. Mega Borealis again. Mortwald. So it goes into such detail of these places. Incredible. If you were in any doubt about, you know, the content of this and whether it's worth the money, just from first impressions, I'd say it's definitely worth it. The artwork, never seen before artwork in this. Just phenomenal. Neo Vellum. The Wastes. Swirl. Dirkden. Dontaria. So the different hives, I suppose. And factories. Forces of War. So here we go. So the forces of the Imperium. Imperium Vigilant. Forces of the Ultramarines. The Rubicon Primaris. Forces of the Dark Angels. Forces of the White Scars. Forces of the Imperial Fists. Forces of the Crimson Fists. Then you've got the Chapters Primaris, Castellans of the Rift, Necropolis Hawks. They look a bit like Death Guard, don't they? Sons of the Phoenix, Void Tridents, Forces of the Adeptus Mechanicus, Astra Militarum, Militarum Tempestus, Forces of the Adeptus Auroritas, and then the Knights of Vigilus, and then Forces of the Orcs. So 100 pages in, and we're still backstory, lore, and the forces. Speed Freak races. Forces of Madgoth Merc. Big Mech Zogbag. Stomper Mobs. So Stomper Mobs, yeah. Forces of the Genestealer Cults. Forces of the Azurani and the Drukhari. So even the Drukhari are involved in this. Campaign rules. So here we go, 118 pages in, we've got campaign rules. So Vigilus campaigns. Look at this, first phase of the War of the Beasts. So look at all that. Second phase, third, and then campaigns in the Dark Imperium. So Nihilus events table. Narrative play missions. Crucible of War. Hold your gains. Storm the lines. Extraction. Running battle. Data recovery. The Delta of Flame. These Echoes of War. Angels of Death descend. Forlorn Charge. Behead the Viper. Breach of Quarantine. Carnage in the Spires. And Battle Zones. So you've got a Tundric Blizzard, a Warquake, a Geothermal Eruption, a Spirescape, Genestealer Infestation, Warzone rules. So you've got the Hive Sprawl, Mega Borealis, the Wastes, OTEC Hive Sprawl, Mort Wald, and then faction rules. Specialist detachments, there you go. Bit more about specialist detachments. And then Marneus Calgar. So you've got Marneus Calgar's rules there. I'll be going through his rules in depth when I unbox him, and I've built him, and also the Victrix Honor Guard. I'll be going through both in 2 separate videos. Then you've got Harken Worldclaimer and his rules, and that's it, I think, because then you've got Indomitus Crusaders with stratagems, Ultramarines Victrix Guard, specialist detachments, Imperial Fist Siegebreaker Cohort, which looks incredible, Crimson Fist Liberator Strike Force, Black Templar Sword Brethren, Raven Wing Attack Squadron, Space Force Stalker Pack, Cybernetica Cohort and a Servitor Maniple, Anointed Throng, Deliverance Blood Brood Surge even, Windrider Host, Wraith Host, Emperor's Blade Assault Company, Emperor's Wrath Artillery Company, Emperor's Conclave Infantry Company, Emperor's Fist Tank Company, Tempestuous Drop Force, Stomper Mob, there you go, and Cult of Speed, Dreadwar, and then Blitz Brigade. So lots and lots of specialist detachments, stratagems, all kinds of things there. So many, much more than I thought. The content in this book is thick. Yes, there are only 3 data sheets, if you want to call them that, but the amount of content in there, and if you really want to go through this campaign, Games Workshop have fleshed this out big time for you, going through all the different hives and the different areas, and then moving the story forward a bit at Vigilus. This is a thick book, and definitely a lot of reading there for you to get fully engrossed in Vigilus and what's happening, and getting you right up to date with the current state of play in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. So that is my first look. I will be doing a review at some point when I go through some of the rules and things, and also have managed to read some of the content. That'll be coming up on the channel as soon as I possibly can. But before that, there will be first looks at the chapter approved, Titan Death, and Marneus and Harken. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.